If someone offered you a job that could pay well into six figures, would you take it? No endless meeting. No corporate. No college degrees required. Sounds like a dream job. Right? But there's a catch. Most people quit within a few years. Some leave after only a few weeks. Not because the work is physically difficult. Not because the hours are especially long. They leave because of what they experience. And because of what the job teaches them about life. Today, we're exploring one of the least understood professions in modern society. It's a job that most people never think about, yet it quietly appears when families are facing some of the hardest moments of their lives. The people in this industry are known as bio-recovery specialists. They're on call day and night, during week holidays, and even in the middle of the night. Whenever the phone rings, they may be asked to help restore a space affected by a major life event. Most people assume their work is simply about cleaning. It isn't. Cleaning is only a small part of the job. The real work is helping families move forward when they don't know where to begin. That's what makes this profession so unusual. When most people walk away from difficult situations, these workers walk toward them. Not for rec, but because someone has to do it. One veteran technician once said something that perfectly explains the job. We don't just restore rooms. We help people take the first step forward. Many workers say the profession changes the way they see life forever. Every call reminds them of something most of us try not to think about. Time is, relationships matter, and tomorrow is never guaranteed. So what is a typical day really like? How much do they earn? Why is there such a shortage of workers? And why do so many people leave despite the high income? To answer those questions, we need to step inside one of the most unusual industries in the modern world. Most people don't even realize this industry exists. In movies and television, difficult situations often end when emergency crews leave and the screen fades to black. Real life doesn't work that way. After official procedures are completed, families are often left with practical problems they never expected to face. That's where bio-recovery teams come in. Their job is to restore environments, remove health, preserve important belonging, and help return spaces to a safe condition. In many, they serve as a bridge between a difficult event and a family's ability to move forward. A typical day rarely begins with a schedule. Unlike office workers who know exactly what their day will look like, bio-recovery specialists often have no idea where they'll be a few hours later. Call can come in at any time, early morning, late, during a holiday dinner, or in the middle of a weekend. Once the call arrives, the team begins preparing equipment, protective, air filtration, inspection, and specialized restoration equipment. Everything must be checked before departure. Every assignment is different, every location is different, and every family is different. When the team arrive, the first step is assessment. Workers evaluate the environment, identify potential hazard, document important belonging, and create a restoration plan before beginning any work. Many people are surprised by how structured the process actually is. This isn't random cleaning. It's a professional service with clear procedures and strict standards. Every step is documented. Every item is treated with care. One technician recalled entering a home that looked as though time had stopped. A newspaper sat folded on the kitchen table. Family photographs covered the walls. A handwritten shopping list was still attached to the refrigerator. The family felt overwhelmed and didn't know where to begin. Before any restoration work started, the team carefully organized personal belongings and separated items that might have sentimental value. Several days, the family contacted the company, not to discuss the restoration work, but to thank the team for preserving memories that might otherwise have been lost. Stories like this are common throughout the industry, and they reveal something most people never expect. The job isn't really about buildings, it's about people. The equipment can be learned, the procedures can be taught, the technical skills can be mastered, compassion is hard, empathy, and that's where many newcomers struggle. At first, most people think the greatest challenge is the work itself. Veterans will tell you otherwise. The hardest part begins when the workday ends. Imagine spending years helping families through some of the most difficult moments of their lives. Changes the way you think. Many workers say they become more patient, more aware of how quickly life can change. One veteran said the job completely changed his relationship with time. Before entering the industry, he constantly postponed things. Family. Important conversation. There was always next week, or next. After years in bio, he stopped making those assumptions. He began calling his parents more often, making time for old friends, and prioritizing important relationships. Because one lesson kept repeating itself: tomorrow is never guaranteed. Another worker shared a similar experience. She said the profession taught her to appreciate ordinary days. Quiet dinner at home, a walk with, or a normal. Things most people barely notice suddenly felt meaningful. But that perspective comes with a cost. The emotional burden of the job is real. Some workers leave because they struggle to separate work from personal life. Others find that constant exposure to difficult situations slowly affects their emotional well-being. This is one reason turnover remains high throughout the industry. Many people, but few stay long. And that raises an obvious question. If the work is so emotionally demanding, why do people do it? Part of the answer is purpose. Many technicians genuinely believe they are helping people, not in an abstract, and not in a symbolic way. They are helping in a practical and deeply human way. They arrive when families are overwhelmed. They create order when everything feels chaotic. They help people move forward when they don't know where to begin. For many, that sense of purpose matters more than they expected. But let's be honest. Another reason people are interested in this profession is the money. So how much do biorecovery specialists actually earn? The answer depends on experience, training, certification, and entry-level technicians often earn more than traditional cleaning professionals because of the specialized nature of the work. Experienced team leaders can earn substantially more. Those who manage crews, supervise, or operate successful companies may earn well into six figures annually. Emergency assignments often carry premium rates. After-hours calls may pay more. Specialized projects may pay more as well. From the outside, it sounds like an incredible opportunity. Strong and limited competition. But income alone doesn't solve everything. This industry wouldn't struggle to attract workers. The reality is simple. Most people are not looking for a career that constantly reminds them how fragile life can be. Most people prefer distance from difficult realities, and that's completely understandable. Biorecovery specialists don't have that distance. Their profession requires them to step into situations that many people would rather avoid. That creates a unique perspective. Many workers report becoming less concerned about status, less impressed by material success, and less interested in unnecessary conflict. When you spend years helping people navigate life's hardest moments, everyday frustrations begin to feel smaller. Arguments seem less important. Ego becomes less important. And the things that once felt urgent often no longer do. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson this profession teaches. Not equipped. The ability to recognize what truly matters. What makes this profession even more remarkable is that most of the people performing it never planned to enter the industry. Many arrived by accident. Some were former construction workers, military, emergency, or people simply searching for a stable career. Yet after spending enough time in the field, many describe a similar transformation. They begin measuring success differently. Instead of focusing only on income, or they start paying closer attention to moments that cannot be replaced. A conversation with a loved one, a family, an ordinary afternoon that, turns out to be far more valuable than anyone realized at the time. Few careers force people to confront life's priorities so directly. And perhaps that is why those who remain in the profession often carry a perspective that is difficult to learn anywhere else. In a world where everyone seems busy, these workers are constantly reminded of the importance of being present. In a culture focused on accumulating more, they are reminded of the value of relationships, memories, and time. Maybe that's why this profession continues to fascinate people. Because it isn't really about restoration work. It's about humanity. It's about helping people during moments when they need support the most. It's about showing up when others don't know what to do next. Modern society depends on countless professions that rarely receive attention. We celebrate actors and business leaders, but behind the scenes, there are also people performing difficult and necessary work that keeps communities functioning. Most of us never meet them. Most of us never learn their names, yet their contribution matters. Biorecovery specialists are one example. They don't seek recognition. They don't expect applause. They simply answer the phone, show up when needed, and help families take the next step forward. Not because the work is easy, not because it's glamorous, not because it's exciting, but because someone has to do it. And perhaps that's what makes this profession so remarkable. It reveals a side of society that most people never see, a side built not on fame or attention, but on responsibility, service. And so let's return to the question we asked at the beginning. If someone offered you a six-figure salary, no office, no corporate, and no endless meeting, but a job that demands emotional resilience, empathy, and the ability to face difficult realities every day, would you do it? Let us know in the comments, because the answer might reveal more about us than the job itself.